Welcome back to Curious University, or as we like to call these halls of learning, Curious U. My name is Miss Katie Jane.
And I'm Miss Tracy.
This week's theme is Under the Moon and Stars. Before we get to the story, let's learn some out-of-this-world facts about the moon and the stars. The moon is the largest and brightest object in the night sky. The moon shines because its surface reflects light from the sun. That's a fact!
The moon is about 239,000 miles away from Earth. It measures 2,159 miles across in diameter. About 50 moons could fit inside the Earth. That's a fact!
The moon orbits around Earth. It completes the circle about every 29 days. The Earth is also orbiting the sun. The lighted surface of the moon will appear bigger or smaller to us, depending on where it is in its orbit. We call these different views of the moon lunar phases. That's a fact!
Stars are giant spheres of super hot gas, made up mostly of hydrogen and helium. The sun is the nearest star to Earth. It is 93.96 million miles away. It takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds for sunlight to reach Earth.
That is a fact.
Stars range in color depending on how hot they are. In order from lowest to highest temperature, they can be brown, red, orange, yellow, white, or blue in color. Stars do not actually twinkle. They only appear to twinkle due to turbulences in the Earth's atmosphere, which affects how the light reaches our eyes.
That's fact.
A constellation is a group of stars that make an imaginary shape in the night sky. Now that's a fact. Hi friends, it's Miss Tracy again. And guess what? It's time for our story. This week's story is based on the book Henry Stars by David Elliott, and it features constellations. Do you guys remember what constellations are? We just learned it in our facts. Yes, you're right. It's a group of stars that form a picture in the sky. Guys, I think you're really gonna like this story. Henry sat quietly on his step, staring up at the night sky. It was a beautiful, warm evening, and as he looked from star to star, they seemed to form a picture in the darkness.
Ooh, what's that? It's a great starry pig in the sky. I have to tell Clementine.
Bah! What's all the excitement, Henry?
I found the great pig in the sky.
Where? Show me.
There are his ears, and there are his legs, and there is his great curly tail. See? You see it?
Ah, yes, I see it. There is a sheep's ear and a woolly body. Henry, you have found a great sheep.
What? No!
What are you guys doing? Shouldn't you be in bed? Abigail, bah! We found the great sheep of the stars. Oh, yes, I see it. There's a cow's horn and a handsome cow's tail. It's definitely a great star cow, and she looks hungry. She may just eat those stars over there.
Move over. I'll settle this. Ah, yes, I see it. It's a great starry horse. I see his head and his mane and his hooves flying. He's galloping like the wind. How nice of you to find him. You mean her, the great star cow. Bah! He means the great sheep of the stars.
Bah, bah, bah. What are you looking at? Ooh, Oh, I see them! Heavenly hens flying all over the place!
Excuse me? There are no great sheep of the stars, or great starry cows, or great starry horses, or definitely not heavenly hens. There is just my great pig. See? There he is right. No, wait, maybe he's right. Oh no. What happened to my great pig of the sky? I can't see him anymore.
Henry's mind was all aclutter. He decided to leave his friends and go back to his part of the farm. He sat down and stared up at the sky.
Maybe my friends are right. Maybe there is no great pig of the sky.
Henry found himself alone again with the stars.
Wait a minute. I see it. A leg and a curly tail. It's running across the starlit sky. My great star pig of the sky. I can't wait to tell my friends. This week at Curious You, we're actually doing 2 hands-on activities. Of course, we can't neglect the moon. We've done a lot about the stars, but we also have to talk about the moon. So our 2 hands-on activities today will be a tangram star, which I'm going to show you how to do, and meteorite lunar strikes, which Miss Tracy is going to show you how to do. So let's get started. A tangram puzzle is a geometric puzzle made of 7 shapes that you can either make into one large square or you can rearrange into a different shape. The 7 shapes are triangle, 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 so 5 of them are triangles, 1 square, and 1 parallelogram. Today we're going to bust apart our tangram puzzle to make a tangram star. You'll notice that the colors on the final product match the colors of the tangram. That's to help people who are just starting out, like Miss Katie Jane. So I'm going to take this blue triangle and I am going to put it right there. That looks like a good spot. And next to that, I'm going to put a purple triangle. That looks pretty good. And the yellow parallelogram. Do I want it this way? No, I want it that way. Okay, so I have 3 of my pieces in place. Now let's take this large orange triangle, spin it around a bit to go right there. This is coming together nicely. Now I'll add my green square, slide that in there. Make a little adjustment since they wiggled around a little bit. Oh, my triangle wiggled too. Now we'll put this tiny little triangle at the bottom and the final triangle just there. And now I have made a tangram star with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. What's the next thing we're going to do?
Have you ever looked up at the moon at night and seen the dark spots? Have you ever wondered what they are? Well, they're actually holes called craters. And do you know what makes those holes? It's meteorites, rocks and space debris that travel through space and actually hit the lunar surface. We are going to demonstrate that with a tin baking soda. That's going to be the moon's surface, and we're going to use rocks as meteorites, and we're going to see if we can make our very own craters. All right, friends, here we are. There's our tin of baking soda, and I've got some rocks here, as you can see. And now we're going to pretend that the rocks are traveling through space like a meteorite and hitting the lunar surface. Let's see if we can make some craters. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. Now, let's remove those rocks or meteorites and see if we have actually made some holes or craters. Look, can you guys see? We did it. And it's something that you can easily do at home. So I hope you'll try it. You can use flour if you don't have baking soda. That was so much fun. I hope you've had a good time today, and I hope you'll join us next week when we're talking about, who are we going to be talking about? You'll have to join us to see. Bye. See you next week.
This story time is brought to you by the Hoover Public Library.